Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a bit of a spicy one today. This is a 4-colour Kiki-Blade deck with a Stoneblade package. I kind of stole the idea. I was looking at Modern League 5.0s on Goldfish and someone had 5.0'd with a Vannifar pod deck featuring Stoneblade package, and I just thought it was cool, so I decided to jam it into Kiki-Blade, which in my opinion is better than Vannifar pod, but I appreciate that is not everyone's opinion. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say. The list is really similar to before. I cut some of the cards that you tended to board out a lot and stuff. So I cut like the Fibble Thip, the Voices. I can't remember. Yeah, I cut. Oh, and the Eldritch Evolutions are the biggest thing I've cut. And I've brought in the Stoneforges, a Phyrexian Revoker, Sword of Feast and Famine, and a Batterskull. And then in the sideboard, we've also got a Sword of Fire and Ice in place of the Nahiri. And I'm trying a Linvala. So that's kind of where I'm at, really. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as my normal Kiki chord list. And as you're probably aware, that deck is literally perfect and cannot lose, in spite of loads of on-camera data. So all those losses you think you saw, they didn't happen. The deck is perfect, and I'm not just favouring it because it's my pet deck. It's a new world, of course. We are Oko-less, so we can have fun in a safe and legal way. This hand looks fine, if a little slow. We've got pretty good mana. Temple Garden, Island, and Firelit Thicket between them can cast basically everything. So yeah, we're going to have lots of fun. Be interesting to see if the metagame looks wildly different. I guess Dredge or Scapeshift or Burn could be a fun deck mirror. You never know. Magus of the Moon probably isn't it, given that we need to have functioning mana. I'm trying to figure out what I think the opponent's on so as to inform which weapon I choose. I'm operating under the assumption they're going to be green heavy, which makes Feast and Famine appealing because it means we can win in combat. But if it's a creature combat deck, Batterskull kind of does the same thing too. Ooh, I don't know. I think I'm going to get Batterskull. It's generally slightly safer in the dark, I think. It's like marginally more versatile. Wonder why the opponent's tanking. They can't force of negation it, which is the only free counter in the format. So there we go. Get me Batterskull. Your go. They've got their own. Knight of Autumn's looking real good. That's a really suspicious land to play, because that land is only in your deck if you're trying to make a Kiki-Jiki. I don't think... I think the jig is up. I don't think there's any secrets now. Holy shit, I wonder if they're playing Italian Jund. For those who haven't seen it, I made a Naya deck yesterday, which didn't have Scavenging Ooze in, so they might not be outright copying me. Do the rather predictable making of the Batterskull. Do they have an Abrade? No. But they do want to get Knight of Autumn, it would seem, which is rather exciting. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be fun. No, it's not. My mana doesn't work. Fuck me. This is sad. We have to wait a turn. I'm just going to pass. Not really interested in trading at this point. Opponent has a noble hierarch, which means they get to attack basically. So we are going to take 5. They're going to gain 5. I don't think that's going to matter. The downside is that if they don't play something post-combat, they've got mana up for rebuying the Batterskull. That's the real problem. Okay, Chord is exciting. This is interesting now. So I can attack. They can decide whether or not they want to trade. And then maybe they'll... No, because I can't Knight. The problem is the Knight's in my hand. If the Knight was in my deck so I could Chord for it, we'd be in a slightly better position. Can Chord for Resto, Blink, Ewit, get Chord back, get Kiki-Jiki. That's probably the play. Just going to pass. They've got Chord. This is exciting. They're going to Chord for Vanifar. Then before they untap, I have to Chord for my Deputy of Detention. This is not what I expected to be doing. This is so gas. They've got an Ewit. Okay. So I could... No, I've just... Have I cut Scavenging Ooze? 1 second. I've cut Scavenging Ooze. Oh. Sure. This is gas. I'm going to see if the opponent is... let's see if the opponent is as entertained by this as I am. I just have to let that through. They're probably going to pass. They've got their Chord in their hand. We are also going to Chord here. Green, whatever. 2, 3, 4. This is... I'm hoping to prompt a response so that I can Knight of Autumn, but they've let it resolve, which is also acceptable. They might now Chord for something that kills my Ewit. Sure. It was pretty loose of me to not notice that they had a frickin' Scooze. You could even say that it was really stupid. I genuinely can't tell if I'm winning or not. I suspect not. Wow. Good discipline. They're obviously just trying to kill me with the combo, which is valid. I'm kind of shields down here. It's fairly obvious though. Tracker. Doesn't do anything. So they're going to cord for up to 5. So I guess they can get... Yeah, they can win the game. They should win the game. They can Kiki, copy Ewit, get back the cord. Don't need to make them do it. We know what's coming. Okay, so Linvala is a trump in the mirror. Fiery Justice should be really good. And Staticaster. And it's Collector Roof. It's not one-sided. I don't think Batterskull matters. I don't think Bellower matters. I don't think Giver matters. I like everything else. We've got reasonably good interaction. I'm going to submit like that. Ugh. I did not expect a Kiki cord with Stoneforge package mirror in round 1. I'm genuinely stunned. This is quite exciting. I don't even care who wins because the real winner is Magic the Gathering. This is the actual best deck. Look at it. Look at the cards. Behold. I would love to play first. Keep. Good hand. I've been considering trying Once Upon a Times in the deck. Have they got the... They do have the Dork. This is exciting. We're just going to vomit our hand down. Fire and Ice seems good. Shoot their stuff. Having the second mana accelerant means we can play and attack with it next turn as well, which is really good. If that's their whole turn, then I'm excited. Okay. Unless that represents a 1 mana removal spell, we're going to be fine. Yeah, basically I can't beat Path to Exile. What did they reveal? Fire and Ice of their own, okay. So I'm going to kill their Stoneforge. Go. So this was just basically by virtue of us being on the play and having a good draw, we should be able to run away with the game. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Kiki-Jiki, you say? Well, that's not terrible. We can use the Thopters to manage the opponent's board pretty effectively. Opponent did not fetch. Maybe they need... Maybe they might be getting basics for Magus of the Moon purposes, or they might be thinking of trying to make sure they draw an extra land. They've got Fiery Justice. They know the secrets. That is bad for me. But it's fine. We've got everything still. Though I have just been cut off triple red, I just noticed. Maybe I was wrong to fetch the breeding pool there. I wanted to be able to cast the Deputy. Got my own one, that's pretty good. White, green, red. This is hilarious. I've never been involved in a mirror with, like, dumber decks before. Having the canopy is nice. It means we get, obviously, a smidge more gas when we appear to need it. That's fine. Zealous goes infinite with Kiki. Red source. Wow, that's a red source. See if they want to activate their ooze. They can still respond now I've targeted it. They can eat some stuff if they wish. With the obvious downside being they get hit for more. But it's like life neutral because the life that they lose by making it bigger they gain back. Sure, they're just eating other stuff. That seems sensible. Maybe eat my sword or something. Eat Pia, okay. Hopefully they tap out because we've got the Kiki in hand. We're on 17 of course as well, so we're like winning the life total fight. They can cord for 2, I don't think that should save them. Hopefully they scoop. Be interesting to see if they have a response here. The temptation to just steal the Scavenging Ooze is quite strong. It might have been better to just Deputy the Ooze, but So they did have a removal. Unfortunately, they're going to gain a lot of life. That's the main thing that bothers me here. Because now without Zealous Conscripts, we either need to draw a resto, or we need to deal the last points of damage. Ah, forgot how to use frickin' Wall of Roots. It's a stupid card in terms of the way it plays out online. See if they respond. Looks that way. This is fine. They lose 4 counters at the very least. So I could be wrong, but I think I'm best waiting, copying the Stoneforge, getting another equipment and going that way. We should be able to win from here, I should think. Woodland Bellower? Oh, Cord. That's fine, we can copy Deputy, break it up. Cool. I like doing this. This is so fucking silly. I've never had anyone else cast Fiery Justice against me before. It feels horrible. So it's good to know that other people are doing it. I've never been happier. I mean, we're playing quite different lists, but the crux of the matter is this is very exciting. And this is literally what I wanted when I said... when I saw the Oko bans, we were talking about it in my local group's Facebook page, and I believe I said the age of Chord of Calling is upon us, and everybody laughed at me. So there you have it. Maybe I was right. This hand is stinky. So, obviously, Staticaster and Limvala are both all-stars, but I still don't think we can keep it because it's too slow. This is much more like it. This hand is phenomenal. It's just a really fast combo, so I'm going to completely ignore the Stoneforge option and just try to combo. Wow. Another dope draw. Best thing we could possibly draw would be another 1 or 2 mana green card. Or just Kiki-Jiki, that's fine. So we've just naturally drawn the combo, which is actually not great because it's really hard to cast Kiki-Jiki. I'm very glad I accidentally fetched Stomping Ground. I can fetch a Sacred Foundry here and then we just need to draw 1 green source. That's fine. We'll gain 4 life. We'll put counters on it. fine. Doesn't matter. Opponent's making sure I'm not a moron. Hopefully I pass the test. Do I want to... Because they were on the play. They've missed a land drop. I think I'm going to detain their bird. Hopefully this is as brutal as I want it to be. I can chord for 1, get Bird of Paradise. That I think is actually worth doing. I think we probably are going to win this game. It depends. I guess if they top deck well, and like they've got a chord in hand, maybe they can break it up. But they need mana desperately. Obviously, we're not blocking. Blah blah blah. Resto. The wall. Reset it. Red, red, red. Hopefully they scoop. They might have a path. Nope, we won. Oh, that was exciting. We had a Kiki-Blade mirror. I don't know what to say. It's 2019. No, it's not. It's 2020. And my eyes are not deceiving me. I'm trying to make some kind of 2020 vision joke. It's not really working. That was a Kiki-Blade with Stoneforge package mirror. Very specific. A very specific thing to be a part of. I'm so happy. I hope this becomes a thing. Join. Oh, I want this to be the top deck in Modern so badly. Matchmaking failed. Maybe they're using the matchmaker from Mulan. She wasn't very good, was she? She was part of a outdated misogynistic system, man. Oh look, our opponent's already got a trophy. I wonder if they trophied with that pile. That was the last opponent, wasn't it? Kurusu. Yeah. I wonder if they trophied with the same deck. If they did, this is a cool place to be. I wonder if we're going to see loads of cool decks now. Fucking Woodland Bellower. Oh, fine. Yeah, I wonder if this is just a thing now that exists. Don't Thoughtseize me. Please don't Thoughtseize me. Just play a creature. Just play Noble Hierarch. Fuck. We have very little pushback against this. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried. We've got like 9 1-drops, so there's a, I don't know, 12% chance we just draw one. If we've got 8 left out of 53, I can't do maths, 15%. Revoker's fine. After that turn 1, I think I'd name Liliana of the Veil, but we'll see. Might just name Verdant Catacombs. Like, the best thing that can happen with a Revoker is your opponent forgets to use their fetch. Okay, so we're playing against Jund. I think I would probably just name Liliana of the Veil. I'm going to get Temple Garden and Stomping Ground with my 2 fetches. Yeah, I don't think they've got a Wrenn and 6, which is obviously the most brutal answer to a Revoker naming Lily. A Giver of Runes. If they don't crack their fetch, I'm just going to name Wooded Foothills. Oh, a non-land card. Okay. Ah, they went for it anyway. I always make that mistake. I just thought I could name it, so there we go. We'll find out now if they've got an Abrupt Decay or not. They do. Can't really name Abrupt Decay with this. Liliana of the Veil. It's dead. Oh, yes, you legend. So they must have a Liliana. It must have been a correct name. And if they tick a Liliana up, I'm just going to discard this Giver of Runes, I suppose. Or the Woodland Bellower. Yeah. I don't need the Woodland Bellower. It's too far down the line. We're not going to have a hand by the time we get to 6 mana. Unsurprisingly, we're just going to pass. Yep, you can have a Wrenn. That is super good here. Tick up Lily, discard Verdant Catacombs would be my assumption. I'm going to discard 1 Resto. Am I? I'm going to be greedy and discard Windswept Heath. Okay. This will come as a surprise to no one. I'm hoping we just draw a land and I can empty my hand and be safe. Perfect. Oh shit, not perfect. Oh, I definitely shouldn't have played it then. That was bad. This functionally incentivizes them to give up their Liliana next turn. So I think that's fine. Well, it might not. Why didn't I have 2 white sources? I even figured that maybe the... Interesting. Well, I'm glad they didn't use their first one. See if they attack or not. They shouldn't. I don't know if they have been keeping track of my hand very well or not. They have not. Oh no, they're going to finish it with Ren, so I just have to take this. Glad I spotted that before it actually happened. I think I have to attack the Liliana down while I have a chance. Don't slaughter pact me, bro. Yeah. Goif. It's pretty good. Although multiple giver of runes helps manage Goif pretty well. Yep. We go to 10. But 10 is fine. Ooh, canopy. Let's start with that. Probably should attack the forest. Ooh. Ooh. Detain that. Attack Ren. Should not have yielded. Turn off auto yields. I might need to use my giver. I always forget. Man, we're getting bitten by not having much white. Drawn all our white cards in one Temple Garden. That's my own fault. I thought when I fetched the Stomping Ground, I even thought this should probably be a Sacred Foundry. I'm gonna give it pro red so I can block the Blood Braid if they attack. Yep. Opponent's flooding horribly, which is great. You should attack. No, okay. Creature. Cord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can cord for not enough. I can't tap this to cast the Giver if I want to cast the Cord. And I do want to cast the Cord. Because I can cord for Witness at the end of their turn. It has to be at the end of their turn because Ren will kill the Witness otherwise. So if I cord for Witness, and then get back cord, and then cord for Kiki-Jiki, win target game. It's currently my plan. I think if they go for like killing my deputy or something, I don't even care really. So they've got one card in hand. We can reasonably assume it's not very good based on the way the game has gone. But so their hand is 1 wooded foothills and 1 unknown. We can't block. So we go to 7, and that's fine. End step, so they can't use Ren to kill my witness, although they've already used their Ren, to be fair. Get that cord, please. This is free, so we might as well run it out. Green, 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 green. 1, 2, 4, 5. Get Kiki, see if they make me show it. They might have a removal to break it up, but I doubt it based on them letting this live. Cool. So what's good against Jund? I'm tempted to just same 60. Like maybe Fiery Justice or maybe Avalanche Rider, but probably not. Knight of Autumn doesn't seem important. Magus, so can I upgrade those in some way? Maybe just do that. Maybe I want Avalanche Rider. I don't know though. All my other big stuff seems amazing here. Ugh. Yes, yes. Kiki-Blade is the best. And that was the hand that had nothing going on, if you remember, and they thought seized my only good card in the opener, but they just couldn't beat Restoration Angel. Plus, like, they had the thing that happens when you have Ren and 6 with no Horizon lands or cycling lands, which is just that you flood sometimes, which is really annoying because you're sure you're drawing 2 cards a turn, but if one of them is always Verdant Catacombs, that isn't very good. It's basically no different to drawing 1 card a turn. I suppose you thin your deck a bit, don't you? But I'll keep this on the draw. Obviously, if we don't draw a land and our bird gets pushed or thought seized, we're going to be sad. Caged, fine. We'll just play a fair game. Kick their ass anyway. Please don't kill my bird. To paraphrase Kendrick Lamar. Bitch, don't kill my bird. No fatal push, no fatal push, no fatal push, no fatal push. Fuck. We lose. White mana. I knew this risk when I kept the hand. Basically, I don't like mulliganing against Jund, because you so usually have 1 to 2 good cards stripped. It's just inevitable. And I just decided I'm going to risk it, but clearly the risk has not paid off. What are they doing? Oh, fine. Fine, fine, fine. We should be able to beat a Tarmogoyf with our fair plan. Drawing cord is a bit annoying. But if we can draw a land in the next couple, just to get out of the problem we've got. Obviously, we've got an absolutely stacked hand if we can get out of this turn. Okay. Doesn't cast any of our spells, but it's close. It gets us closer. We're now a white source away from Fiery Justice, Deputy, Witness, Resto. No, not quite Resto. Stoneforge. We're doing all right. Discard a card and deal me 2. Okay. I will discard. Feast and Famine, I guess, and I can always witness it back if I need it. I don't think they expected that, based on the lengthy pause. Oh, don't be Bloodbraid Elf. Don't be Bloodbraid Elf. This is a Bloodbraid Elf. Okay. So I'm taking 10, I'm at 3. This has taken a turn for the worse, hasn't it? I think I might be dead. What do you think, gang? Maybe I should have not discarded an artifact. That was my own fault. Okay, well, lessons sort of learned, but not really. I'm still excited to just resubmit, do it all again, no fear. We'll risk it. See what they do. Nothing. Okay, so we're going to get to land the Stoneforge. It's awkward getting the frickin' Temple Garden with the Kiki-Jiki in hand, but we can reasonably assume the game is going to last a long time. We'll draw some red sources. The decision to get Feast and Famine was based on the fact that they are Jund and nothing else. So it gives one of my creatures protection from all their removal except Bolt. And if I put it on something with 2 toughness, it also has protection from Bolt, right? Well, we lose the sword, I guess, because they're probably not going to take the cord. Are they thinking about bolting my Stoneforge? So I think I'm better off holding up cord for 1. Fine. Mm-hmm. So I'm set up to try and win the game, basically. Set myself up to have Resto on their turn and Kiki on mine, if they can't kill my Birds of Paradise. Now, I know they can minus Ren on it, but I can Resto. I think they know about my Kiki-Jiki though, so if they can interact, they will. Okay. I think that's fine. If that's their whole turn, I'm happy with that. Obviously, we win if we draw a red source, but that's unlikely. But even just attack Ren. Should have attacked them with Stoneforge, to be fair. Don't know why I didn't. But yeah, what I can do quite easily is just try and outvalue them now by flickering my Stoneforge with Resto and stuff. And yeah, we'll be fine. We should be able to just overpower them. There's a Bloodbraid Elf. It's a Damnation. Fine. They've played land, so we can run this out safely, and we're still one red source away from winning. Or a blue source away from, like, Glen with an activation up or something, which is pretty good too. I'm just going to play Glen, sure. It's not great, but it lives through a removal spell. It's really good combo protection. Really good protection for my Deputy. Another Damnation? No, it's a Bloodbraid. What have they got? A K command. Make me discard, deal 2 to Glen would be my guess. Or deal 2 to me, maybe. I think I can probably just discard this Noble. Oh, I'll discard the Deputy, it's fine. We're definitely not blocking, if that isn't obvious. Given that we're winning the race and we want to have Glen up for the future. Attack player. Down to 6, pretty good. Should definitely have played Noble beforehand, that was really loose. Come on, Chris. So given that I need my fetch to get a red source, there's no way for me to play out the Noble Hierarch first and have blue up for Glen and the ability to fetch red because I've only got one Stomping Ground. So you can't cast Noble off of a mountain is my point. I'm going to keep Noble in hand in case they play like a Liliana and we have to discard, or a K command or something. Blood will resolve. Fatal Push. Let's see. So they don't currently have Revolt. I'm just going to use this now. If this is a removal for the resto, I'm going to sulk. They can only attack with one thing because then they'd be dead on board. I think I'm comfortable with trading off. That's still fine. Okay. Interesting to see if they've got a way to interact. So my other option is I play Noble, attack for 4, which really puts the squeeze on them anyway. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cord for 2 up, where I can end of turn cord for Selfless Spirit, untap and kill them. Do I want to do that? Is that safer? They're Jund. They've probably got an Assassin's Trophy. I could cord for 1 to try and just attack for lethal. Did they die? They did! We win! Maybe I was paranoid and I should have just gone for the normal combo kill, but it felt like they had something, and Kiki is not really replaceable in the deck. There's only one copy. I mean, you have Witness to rebuy it and stuff, but quite excited now. I've only played a handful of Kiki Cord Leagues online because I usually just play it in paper, but I don't think I've ever started 1-2-0 before. I don't think I've ever got more than 2 wins in a Kiki Cord League. Despite my frequent claims that it's the best deck. Claims is exactly what they are. There's no foundation of truth. This hand is perfect. This deck is perfect. I'm a genius. If we draw a fetch land, holy shit. If we draw a fetch land, this hand is going off. Come on, Amki. It's a really cumbersome word to try and pronounce. Make your decision so I can kill you. Please don't kill my bird, then I can't win. Okay. That narrows it down to the whole of modern. Thought Not Seer. Weird version of Green Tron. That was maybe wrong. They'll just have Tron. That's how this works. Thought not. Fair enough. At least this is turn 3. It's much less egregious than on turn 2. I think the correct pick is probably just Chord, but we'll have to see what the opponent decides. I'm a land off of Chording for a Magus, which is probably just good enough. Unless they have a Dismember in their hand. They're down to 2 cards though, I've just noticed. Yeah, if I can draw a land, especially a basic land, and then Chord for a Magus, I'll be very happy. Like a fetch. A fetch would be amazing. We could fetch, Rallier, get the fetch back, fetch another base. They took Stoneforge, that's fucking weird. Come on, give me a fetch. Give me a Windswept Heath. Eternal Witness, you say. So I've got 3 mana. I have nothing to witness. And nothing to Rallier. I guess I just play a Witness. Or I can Chord for 2. It's probably better to just Chord for 2 to get more mana. Can Chord for like Wall of Omens to draw a card maybe, which isn't particularly fashionable but might be required. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this hand that I was really excited about. That's possibly true. Well, we're not getting Reality Smashed, which is nice. Okay, Chord. Oops. I always forget you have to do this first. Can get another Wall of Roots or a Wall of Omens. Given that I've got no more chords in hand, I'm just going to get Wall of Omens and draw a card. Trying desperately to hit lands. There we go. Oh, yes. So, I can do this. Green, blah. White, Rallier. Get back that. Unfortunately, I cannot cast Witness yet. I was hoping I might be able to. I mismathed. I thought I could witness the cord now. But we're fine. We're fine. Sorry for mismathsing. Chord maths is like you. I don't know if everyone does it, but I certainly overestimate how much mana a wall of roots represents quite regularly. You can't just click it to make mana, which is irritating. Get back chord. Now I have to choose between so I can get breeding pool. Nah, I'm just going to so I'm thinking I can chord for Magus of the Moon and lock them out and then get the chord back. That's probably fine. Hang on. Have I used that? I have used that. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Magus and then not have enough to witness the chord back this turn. Or I could just play a Bird of Paradise, chord for Resto on their end step and try and kill them. Maybe that's better. It's probably better. It's really bad against exactly Ugin. Like, I'm a bit scared of an Ugin now. They don't appear to have an Ugin. Like, one of the things that's very comforting about Eldrazi-Tron, because it's capable of all these busted starts, but like it is mostly just rubbish. And that I find quite comforting. Okay, I think we win. X is 3, X is 4. There they are. Just wondering if I've got enough mana to play Glen first. 1, 2, 3. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have. So I can play Glen first with access to everything. Yeah, with access to using it for protection. Let's see if they make me go through it all. They do not. Very kind of them. So that was a weird game because I was slow but they were really bad. I definitely want all my moons and my Avalanche Rider. And I guess I want Collector Oof? Question mark? Probably. And then I don't need stuff like Wall of Omens. I might need Selfless Spirit. Probably don't need Giver. And I probably don't need Tracker. Let's try that. Just going to check something real quick. Apologies for this. Ah, good. Sorry, just replying to a customer really quickly. Right. So this is a completely different type of hand. Way slower and less disruptive, and I think I'm going to mulligan it. Because I don't think we're winning. There's a chance I don't even want the Stoneforge package in this matchup. Although it's hard for them to get through a Batterskull. I think we can do better. So I keep this and no, we can do better as well. This is much better. Get rid of number 1. I know getting rid of Resto probably looks weird, but if you have enough mana, specifically 6 mana, the only card you need to go off is Chord of Calling. Because you called for Resto. Sorry, you called for Ewit. Get Chord back. Called for Resto. Blink Ewit. Get Chord back. And then called for Kiki over 3 consecutive turns. So that's currently the plan. But the good news is I do now have a total of 6 mana. The bad news is I won't be able to finish comboing until turn 7, which is probably too slow. Things have taken a turn for the worse. But we were on the draw and we mulled to 5. I think we'll be fine in game 3. So this just looks like regular Big Tron. Yeah, I'm going to just resubmit. Just hope to draw a little bit better. This is a really bad hand. But it's got an Avalanche Rider in it, which is... that's something. Can't moan too much because the opponent did nothing in the whole of game 1. But they've kept a 7 here, which is... it's never what you want to see from Tron. Oh, it's not a Tron hand. It's probably a Thought-Not-Seer hand. My intention is to Avalanche Rider if they will let me. Oh shit, we're a mana short. We need to draw a land. I didn't think of that. Once. Let's see. Okay, it's not a Thought-Not-Seer yet. This is just a Matter Reshaper or something. More like doesn't matter Reshaper. Come on, mana. It's not mana. Gonna name Big Khan. And then on their turn, I guess I can call for 1 on their turn, get like a Noble Hierarch. It's probably the best I can do. It's a smasher. It is. We can try and race that once we've got a stone forge. I just have to take 8, which is that's a bit scary. So I can do this. I'm a bit worried about dying to the beatdowns. I'm also a bit worried about not having blown up any of their lands, which was obviously the plan. We're quite far away off getting Khan liberated. We've got an ancient stirrings but no green. Yep. This is for green. Now they can cast their stirrings. Gosh, that's clever. TKS, that's a good one. If they cast that and take my Batter Skull, I think I lose. Yep. Piss. How is this requiring thought, opponent? There we go, we got there in the end. So, what can I do? This, I believe, is the best I can do. It's not very good. That's my summary for you all. Yep. I'm a bit scared now. I think we would have been okay if we had a Batter Skull. We could have done a fairly effective job of racing them. At least they haven't made any more pressure this turn. I suppose they can still go tower into... Okay. Please don't have a dismember. They've got a dismember. I am sad. probably just dead. Yeah, we don't have enough toughness. Drat. Well, we lost to a deck that I think is terrible and don't respect. Maybe that's karmic justice for me being public in my, you know, hatred of Eldrazi Tron. That was like a weird Eldrazi Tron, Big Tron hybrid, but either way, I think it's trash. And I'll probably consistently lose to it for a long time. That's how it works. I'd love to get a positive result out of this. I'd love a 3-2. Good hand. Ah. The old Tron again. Shouldn't matter, we should be able to race them comfortably. Our hand is great. And it's a good hand for getting out fast as well. The worst case is that we draw Kiki-Jiki and then we're in some trouble. Stirrings. Ah, map, okay. Yeah, we're going to kill next turn, so let's see what they do. The only way we don't is if we draw Kiki-Jiki. Or if they play Ugin. Fucking Ugin would really get me. Here it comes. And it's an exile effect as well. Okay. Yep. I think the move for them at the moment is to just plus Ugin on my Ewit, which I can't do anything about. And we'll see what the rest of their hand does. Hopefully nothing. Like, Tron very often has one thing. That's a second thing. Okay. Couldn't really beat that. Maybe I should have corded for... Could I... I'm trying to remember if I could have corded for Magus on my turn 3. This looks like more like what I would call normal Tron. That was upsetting because the only thing that could beat us then was Ugin. Or, like, I guess Dismembers they usually play, but... I would like to play first. Yes, this hand is fucking brilliant. This is a super fast kill with a Magus. Well, I say super fast, probably a turn 5 kill. But turn 5 with a Magus against Tron's probably good enough. Might be a turn 4 kill, I haven't figured it out. Next turn I can go wall into wall. Turn after I can go moon and probably cord for Ewit as well. Oh. So if I go red thing, yeah, I can get them. And they can't dismember an actual blood moon. You got me, opponent. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, I can cord for witness and go off on my turn 5. They will die unless they have a nature's claim, of course. Ah. Not going to complain. Hang on. If I go 1, 2, 3, kill that, and then I've got one. So I can't Knight of Autumn as well. That's fine. Can do everything else. Should still be good enough. Ah, a green mana. Seems weird to tap your green in order to do that. I feel like if they have got the Dismember in hand, they're being amazingly patient. I'm going to try and kill them anyway. They're going to make me do it. They are not. Very kind of them. Just going to resubmit. That was a dope hand. We had everything. Excuse me. We really need a turn 2 Blood Moon hand on the draw. You know, like a Noble Hierarch into Blood Moon type situation. Basically the same hand we had last game. Well. I think I have to keep it. But it might be a smidge slow. Obviously there's also just a chance that we just draw a Noble Hierarch or a Bird of Paradise right here. Which would be amazing. That was a mistake. Well, maybe not actually. Maybe we want to get as many fetch lands utilised as possible. Now we have the fun and games with the map. They decided to respond, fair enough. No surprise with their land drop. They've got an O stone. Costs 5 to activate. If we draw a land, we can Blood Moon. We failed to draw land. I've got this. It's pretty good. Keep the Khan switched off. Put a fate counter on itself, but you have to sack it. That's super weird. Are they just doing that to show that they know it's a thing they can do? Don't be a Ulamog. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying okay, like this is a thing I can beat. This is a decent follow-up, yeah. God damn Tron. Such a stupid deck. I think real Tron is a deck. Like, that version. Way more than I think E-Tron is a deck. I think E-Tron is a joke. Real Tron, I don't know why you would choose to do that. It's not interesting. This hand is bad. This hand is also bad. Oh man. What is going on? These fucking hands suck. Don't kill her, don't kill her. I think I might lose this one. What do you think? Do you think having 2 cards in hand against an Inquisition deck is good? Never mind. We got the comedy top deck. life is okay. Didn't really deserve that. They might still just thought he's my sword anyway, but... And I can never F6 because of Giver. You tried, Stoneforge. You tried. On the plus side, Jund is a fine matchup. It's not easy, but you can usually win. Green. Okay. That's fine too. Go for Liliana of the Veil. Just attack for 1. Got my precious Revoker to protect. Fine. We're guaranteed to win from here. That's a bad one. But please don't have a good card. I don't think I can beat good cards. Oof. Green mana. Got the comedy top decks keep coming. Although this time the joke is on me. Okay, I was going to say we're not under any pressure, but that's pressure. That's also pressure. I'm very close to scooping. If they plus, we've got the bird to get rid of. I think we've seen enough here. I'm trying to remember how I sided against Jund earlier. Not much, if I remember. Try that. Might be worth having Limvala just to like turn off Scavenging Ooze and stuff. Right. Come on, opponent. I really want to win this game to give my... Oh, I think the Avalanche Riders... No, not with Ren and Sings. Is Loaming Shaman good enough? Compared to, like... No. No, this is fine. the hands that I find are good against Jund are the hands that play well at instant speed, like chords and restos. It's a really good hand if it's not obvious. Infinitely better than that stinker we had in the first game. Maybe they're trying to decide between Thoughtseize versus Killing Noble. It's probably what I'd be deciding if I was in their shoes, because that is a genuine one, a head scratcher, if you will. Lightning bolt, yeah, it's fine. We'll go get Feast and Famine. Try and put them under some pressure. This turn we've got the option, this turn coming up, we've got the option of making a Noble and a Batterskull, which is pretty good, assuming they don't kill one of my things. They've killed one of my things, the bastards. Okay. I would have liked to have kept that, but it's fine. Lily. I have to discard the Noble. The Bellowy Boy is a bit early yet. We might not get to cast him. In fact, he will be my next discard if they plus the Lily. Is it dead? It's dead. Go. Let's see if we can get out of this alive. I imagine I'll be sacking my germ momentarily. Trying to remember if I sided in my Feast and Famine or not. My Fire and Ice, sorry, which I didn't. Am I going to get attacked with a Raging Ravine now? Yes. This is also acceptable. Although I do need to answer it fairly soon, to be fair. Resto, you say? This isn't good. They obviously take the resto. Mm-hmm. Just have to do everything. Assuming they remember to use their Lily -2, we have lost the game and therefore the match. But that's fine. This is a 2-3 is par for the course. There we go. That's the league finished, I believe. Yeah. Well, there we are then. A little bit unimpressive, but basically fine. I don't know yet. I didn't like the Stoneforge package, if I'm honest. I don't think it plays well with the deck. I think I'm going to revert back to regular Kiki Chord and try and tune my build. Next thing I'm thinking of trying is Eladamri's Call instead of Eldritch Evolution. That might be the next video. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, I guess. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any suggestions for cool modern toolbox decks, I am all ears. Cheers, guys. Goodbye.